Yeah, it was another good day today, and we worked on 2-point conversions with our situation a lot today, so that was an interesting thing. And we also worked on, with the new rule, when you score a touchdown, they're going to automatically start the clock at 40 seconds quicker. They used to let everybody substitute and they put it at 25, so you got to make sure you're getting the right people in, your substitution. It's going to be a little bit different. They're trying to save time on television and make the game a little shorter. So we practiced that today also. So it's a couple of new rules. So, all right, I'll take any questions.
Do you like that, the fact of trying to keep these games a little bit shorter?
As a football coach, I want to make sure we're able to do everything we want to do. We're cutting halftime. I don't mind having halftime cut shorter. I think what we do, we're going from 20 to 15 in some games. I don't mind that. But I think that 40-second rule is a good rule, but you got to make sure you're understanding and doing it right. Sometimes when they score a touchdown, they're going to hold for review on all scoring plays. So if it's kind of iffy, it could still be a while. So you got to kind of wait and see it. But I think shorten the game a little bit. The thing that's happening in the game is the reason they're doing it in the stoppages, halftime, and those is that the stoppages is what confuses the game. It's not really the length of the game. You know what I'm saying? You're watching the game, you stop for a timeout. You watch the game, you stop for a timeout. It's not really cutting the game 5 or 6 minutes short. It's trying to cut those stoppages. I think there's a really cool thing. The MAC does a really cool thing on when they have a timeout. They have a countdown clock in the stadiums. So if the timeout's a minute 30, they start it. So everybody in the stadium can say, "Oh, okay, there's 40 seconds. I better get my seat." So it's mentally. I think it's a pretty cool idea. We talked about. I think they should make it an NCAA mandatory in every stadium with a countdown clock for timeouts, and also the television has to be back. I think it's a pretty cool deal. So I think eventually that'll help. So it's the stoppage and the idle time a little bit in between there. As it goes. Stops momentum, so to speak, with the fans and everything.
The new redshirt rule. I've talked to some couple coaches who have said that they think that it's going to make freshmen pay attention a little bit more. Guys who think they might have redshirted, they know they might get to play this year even though they are redshirting. Is that a possibility that you'll have that kid's attention maybe more all through camp?
Yeah, I think so, because they know they get a chance to play 4 games somewhere along the way. But I think the main area you're going to see it is an injury that happens late in the season, where a guy can go play special teams, or you have a couple guys go down in a spot, and now instead of moving everybody around, you have a guy you can plug in that can do it, that's practiced for a long time. So I think you'll see it happen late in the season. I think you'll see it happen in some bowl game situations, or even the playoffs, is where I mainly think you'll see it happen. But I think there will be some key things during the season. Play a guy here or there to get him a little experience.
Does that give that young guy a little more incentive to make sure that he's doing everything he can to catch
I think it does. You only can practice so long, though. That's the problem for preparing for games. Now, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we always keep the younger guys out that are, quote, redshirting, and we keep them out for another 20, 25 minutes and go over everything and practice with them. To try to keep those guys involved and excited and coached. But as the season goes along, it's hard to stay out there longer and get a ton of reps. So we'll have to evaluate the repage, but I think we'll do it with that. Just keep them at the practice, the guys that haven't are redshirted.
Do you like that rule? A chance to maybe get some.
Oh yeah, I think it's a great rule for young people to give an opportunity, especially the way physical football is. The other rule I really like is when you think about it, it's been really hard, especially when you see a kid get hurt. Say you redshirt a kid as a freshman, and the coaches make the choice. Basically, the way it sits. And then all of a sudden, somewhere along the way, let's say his 5th year he's playing and he blows his knee out the second game, he never gets to play again. Now the new rule, they have that rule where now he can get that year back. He doesn't have to have 2 years of injury back to back if he was basically made to redshirt. So I think I like that rule a lot too, because there's a lot of guys in the past you'd sit there and go, "Are you kidding me?" And now they get an opportunity to play again.
Have you started thinking about how you might use guys in game situations, young guys? Or is that down the road?
No, we have discussed different philosophies, different situations. Some of it being so new, there's going to be some things that we haven't thought of yet. It's going to be a little bit of a knee jerk on that. But we have talked about different situations of playing some guys, and here's the deal: if he's good enough to play, we're going to play him. I'm not going to worry about the 4 games. If he's not quite ready physically, or he's down the depth chart, 3rd, 4th team, then you would have him plugged in at special team spots behind those guys that are in front of him, because that's where you'll really need him a lot if we get finished.
Colby Purcell, we hear a lot about, guys kind of raving about him. What do you really like about him at that center spot? What kind of excites you for him this year?
Well, number one, he's really strong, he's powerful, and he's extremely bright. So he's way ahead of his time, so to speak, as a freshman. But gray shirting helped him, practicing a year, having that under his belt. So he's handling everything really well. So I think he's going to be a really good player. It's going to be hard a few times as a freshman, first time out there playing all the time. But right now he's shown signs of being able to handle everything mentally, handle it all physically, and I'm excited about him in all attributes.
Anything else for Coach?
Who's in charge of the Sun?